them come. This is their fate.
Was God of War, keeping up on the Sony stuff. God of War got a release date out of nowhere. They might have got bullied into it, but I don't know. But it got a release date. It was, and I'm trying to find the release date now. I think it's November 9th. Yes, November 9th for PS4 and PS5. This game is also supposed to be under that umbrella of games that are supposed to be upgradable for free. So if you buy it on the PS4, that's $60. You can upgrade it to the PS5 version for free as soon as the clock strikes the 9th, so 12. You should be able to upgrade it to the PS5 version for free. I did the same thing with Horizon, and I'm probably going to do the same thing for this. And you can still buy it digitally, so you don't even have to buy it physically if you don't want to leave the house. So I'm going to do that. I did that for Horizon. I'm going to do it for God of War. But yeah. It's got a release date. Ooh, it's gonna be the game of the year, I'm pretty sure. But it might not be y'all game of the year. But I'm pretty sure majority of folks, this is gonna be game of the year. I just want to talk about how they was able to recreate God of War into another top tier game. It wasn't like that. Obviously, there was better arcade games that had like better combat than God of War. God of War was just an angry man, and obviously it was a lot of more gory and bloody, but it nowhere near shape or form was like the upper echelon of those types of games. Like I would hold Devil May Cry in higher regard than God of War in that time. And then all of a sudden they made a change. They adopted the Uncharted. It's not that they adopted it. They actually did something unique. They did the one camera. It doesn't break. I'm looking forward to seeing that again because I like that movie aspect of it. It makes it feel like it's a real journey. And I'm interested in seeing how it goes. But I just want to give them a little praise because they definitely made nothing out of something. They made something out of nothing. That's what they did, for real, for real. But what y'all thinking? November 8th. We picking up? I mean, obviously I am, but y'all picking up? Y'all playing? I don't even think Josh. I don't think y'all played the first one. Josh going through it. Jalen, you didn't play the first one, right?
Man, I ain't played a God of War game ever.
Not one?
Not one.
Hey man, you don't know what you missing out on. Y'all hear this, man? Hey, but he played Watch Dogs first. That's crazy. But
I was always under the impression God of War was just having all that gore and all that type of stuff in it, so I just never played it.
I mean, yeah, but not this one. This one's a little bit more tame, definitely.
Yeah, it's less gory than like The Last of Us.
Yeah, this is a more of the story about a kid and the son. I mean, a son and a dad. I said a kid and a son, but a son and a dad's journey. I don't find this to be any way, shape, or form like the old ones. It can get that way, but more than likely, it's more so than not. It's meant to kind of tell a journey versus anything. So they don't call for that no more. It don't need to be hyper violent to really get people to interested, because the story is holding its own. So but the old ones, yes, it was arcade. It was, the story didn't matter, nobody really cared about Kratos that much. He was just a real tough guy and everybody liked him because of that. But this is totally different. This is like telling a story, more of Uncharted style, and more along those lines of, building camaraderie and going through a tough time with a family member.
It's The Last of Us.
It is.
But
that's why I said it got the Naughty Dog treatment, because they said we need somebody that can tell a good story, and we got the we got the chops to make a game seem appealing in gameplay, or at least it's like they said because the combat isn't the greatest. The combat in the game isn't the greatest in my opinion. It has a unique style of play, where it's that third person order type feel, but it's not a groundbreaking gameplay. The only thing that's groundbreaking is the axe, in my opinion, because of the sound effects, the ability to use it in different puzzles. But that's it. It's not like it's some type of unique thing. Um, the unique part comes from the story, the animation, the fights, like the actual big moments in the game, because there is a lot of big moments, and you're like, man, how the heck did they pull this off without loading or whatever? It's like the technology drove it, but they just had to have a good story to try to drive the boat, and that's what they find through the Naughty Dog sweatshop. So I won't call it sweatshop, but that Naughty Dog, they be pumping and grinding, yo.
Because I'm playing through it right now. I waited for a while just because like personally I feel like I wanted to give a distance to a lot of Sony games to go into unfair, because a lot of people like will swear up and down these are the best games ever made. And I think they're really good, and like you said, on the technical level, they are some of the best games ever made. Like it is impressive, like seeing back to back Horizon in this and their PS4 games, and now we're in a completely different generation, but these games still look a lot better than anything that's come out since then. Um,
Yes.
I think with this game, with God of War, they did a good job of modernizing God of War, because it was always fun. It was always a lot of action. You had like good boss fights and a lot of abilities and stuff like that. But it didn't have like a deeper story other than, I'm just going to kill a bunch of tough enemies. And so they took elements from Uncharted. They took some elements kind of like from Dark Souls, like make the combat more slow paced and stuff like that, to make it more thoughtful instead of being like arcadey where you can just spam buttons and stuff. And then with this story and good acting on top of that, it makes it feel like a full, complete package. So we have good gameplay that you expect from action games, and we also have like a interesting story. Um, so when I started playing it, like I was surprised that like I knew it was going for the Uncharted and Last of Us portion, like the story stuff, and I kind of thought that maybe it would be like, how to put it, like boring gameplay but an interesting story. But the combat is still, it's not as fast as the old games, but it's still doing like um similar stuff. And like when you get to the first boss fight, it turned into a Dragon Ball Z fight, and
Oh
y'all
yeah, bro.
punching
The
people through
Stranger fight
mountains and
is
stuff
so
like that.
iconic. So
And
iconic.
like, oh yeah, and like, oh, so they kept the interesting like crazy fights from the old games, but they're adding like a personal story to it. So that is the best of both worlds in a sense. I haven't finished it, but so far it's really good. Like I said, I don't think the combat is like the greatest, like especially like playing it right after Sekiro. Like you can see like the gap between
Hmm.
like all the things you can do, but it's more so far more interesting than like what I got from like the first Last of Us. Like it was okay, but at the end of the day, it was still just third person shooting against like a couple zombies and like people with AK-47. But this, it has an upgrade tree and all type of stuff that it's doing to equip different things and try out different buffs and stuff like that. Um,
Yeah.
so all that to be said, the people are looking forward to the next game. I think it is going to be a hit. Definitely, people are going to love it. If they can just take this template and improve upon it, it will be like a beloved game.
Yeah. Game of the year contender. That's all it is. That's and like I said, I congratulate them for being able to have a vision and execute. Like that is difficult in its own right, and having a big budget and like this, and creating something unique and expansive as this is, they have the ability to take their time, make it right. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think I think it's one of those games that you shouldn't miss out on. But if you do, it's okay. Nobody, I ain't gonna beat you over the head about it because y'all definitely couldn't do it for Kingdom Hearts. I tried it. It sucks still. So I mean, I get it. Sometimes
I
it's just
mean, I
not
ain't
your cup
saying
of tea.
War is better than Kingdom Hearts 2. Kingdom Hearts 2 combat is go crazy, but
Well, yeah, I'm not saying that your opinion should change
not
on
the
that. I'm
combat.
saying my opinion ain't changing based off of recommendation as well. So sometimes it just doesn't work out. That's all I'm saying. It's not
Yeah.
that that game was bad or one was better than the other. Absolutely not
No,
saying that.
and like you said, since we friends, we talk about stuff a lot, and you tend to like push your friends towards stuff. But like
Hmm.
for me, right away with all the Sony games, I feel funny about them because when they come out, it's always just like people fighting and like arguing over these games, and I don't know if I can go into the game unbiased, and so that's why I felt like I needed to give some distance to Horizon
Yeah,
and stuff like that, so I can have my own opinion without thinking about what everybody else said.
absolutely. That makes a lot of sense too. Um, so yeah, but got a date. That's the most exciting part. November 8th, around my birthday. I'm going to be turning up. No, November 9th. So I might take that. I told them I was going to take off most of the winter. So I might take off November instead of December. But I think I might take off. Well, not the winter, but those end of the year months. Because the winter ain't nothing but January, February now. Because the world is weird. You don't get no snow until January for real, and then that joint be gone by halfway through February. Um, but yeah, looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. Anything you got on there on God of War? I know you said you ain't gonna play it, but anything you got to say, Jalen, before we move on?
Nah, I don't got nothing for God of War.
Alrighty. All right, Forspoken, another game that got So this is a byproduct of God of War being announced. They delayed the crap out of Forspoken. This happened the same day.
Yeah.
I did not know that. It happened the same exact day. Square Enix said, no, 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 no. We're going to do a quick update here, people. Forspoken needs some more polish. We're gonna we're gonna push that out to January. They obviously did not want to battle with the with 10,000 gods, so they took off, and now they're coming out January 24th, which is smart. I honestly don't think the game is going to be better because of the delay. I think it's just probably more so strategic than anything. Um, but hopefully we see some better polish, maybe. The only thing I was worried about was that it was going to run like, it's going to have a lot of frame pacing issues, a lot of frame skips, stuff like that. Um, if they can fix that, yeah, they made a strategic decision. All game not complete and development is in the filing polishing phase. Yeah, I'll read the whole thing too. As a result of ongoing discussions with key partners, aka Sony, big dogs at Santa Monica, we have made the strategic decision to move the launch date of Forspoken to January 24th of 2023. All game elements are now complete and development is in its final polishing phase. Game was ready to come out. We would like to thank you for your continued support and patience on this journey. Your excitement for the game inspires us every day, and we cannot wait to share more about Forspoken with you in later this summer. Yeah, this was simply let me get out the way type of situation. This was Beyonce dropping and Drake throwing out honestly never mind before it happened. That is what this is. It was basically I'm scared. Let me just move because I'm not finna waste my money on and not getting anything. This is what they should have did with Titanfall 2, but they didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah. Any thoughts on Forspoken? Have anybody seen gameplay of it? Interested? I know I'm interested a little bit, and but more and more I see it, the more and more I'm like it's skippable. But any thoughts on Forspoken, Jalen or Josh?
Nah, I ain't got nothing.
What about you,
Yeah,
Josh?
we talked about it before. It looks okay. I have like a lot of questions about it and a lot of worries, but it's coming out at a good time is going to be its best chance at success. Because like if it comes out anywhere near God of War, it's gonna be bad for them and fail. People need to give it a chance. It's a new IP, and like it might have some concerns with the game. So I think that now that it's delayed until hopefully a slower time of the year next year, I'm much more likely to give it a chance. Whereas like the end of the year can kind of get busy, so it might have got skipped.